Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Pythia's Prophecy Tarot. This is a general love reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Scorpio, let's get 12 cards out and see what's the message for you. Okay. Um, you may know, okay, so most of you who watch tarot will be familiar with general readings. You'll know that they're not going to apply to everyone. Please don't force it to fit, and do just check your other placements. I'd recommend especially checking moon and rising signs. Okay, Venus can resonate too, so just if you know those placements, it's always good to check them out. Okay, Scorpio, what is the message here for Scorpio? Scorpio, what's the message for Scorpio? Page of Pentacles. Ooh, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Message for Scorpio. Four of Pentacles and the Empress. Okay. Okay. Message for Scorpio. The Hermit. What is the message here for Scorpio? What is this? Two of Cups. Wow, the Hermit, Two of Cups. Message for Scorpio. Seven of Swords. Nine of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. The High Priestess and the Chariot. Okay, Cancerian energy. Okay, with the Moon at the bottom of the deck. Okay, Scorpio. Wow. So things are unclear. Things are murky. Okay, there's a lot that's hidden here. And we have the Magician behind the Moon. So it feels like someone has purposely muddied the waters, or created a smokescreen of some sort here. Okay. With the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, I feel like this person would now like to make some kind of peace offering, maybe an apology. With the Four of Pentacles, I feel there's been some holding back, okay, from this Empress energy, which could be you, Scorpio. Okay. The Hermit. Now, it may be this person, okay, who is focused on this. This person is someone who cares about you, Scorpio. There is love here with the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. This person is in love, okay? But you see how they turned their back to the Two of Cups? It almost feels like they did turn their back on this, okay? There was some withholding. With the Seven of Swords, the withholding was not honest. You know, I said this person has created a smoke screen. They have, okay? There's something here that was denied. Maybe feelings were denied, and they're coming towards you now to tell you the truth and to offer you some kind of sincere apology. Okay, they feel burdened by this decision. They made a decision here about this relationship with you, and it's something that is weighing heavily on them. This person is feeling bad about the smokescreen that they created. Okay, with the High Priestess here, their secrecy. So, with this Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the High Priestess, I feel like if you're the feminine energy here, I think, you're the Empress, High Priestess, you may instinctively know what is going on here, right? It's really difficult to fool a Scorpio. I think you kind of instinctively know that this person has feelings and that they held back, okay? But this person didn't speak up. They were silent. They could have ghosted you. They didn't give you much with that Four of Pentacles. I feel like they were not very forthcoming with anything, with their time, with themselves, whatever. They were in a kind of protective stance, okay? But with the Chariot, they want to move this forward. They want to come towards you. and they want to speak up and tell you what they couldn't tell you before, what they kept hidden with this moon. Okay. Scorpio. What's the message here for Scorpio? It feels like with the Chariot, it's a very different energy from this Four of Pentacles. This person was unsure of you in the past, okay? But now they're very sure. They know they know the way that they want to go, and that's towards you. They know they want to get this started. I think in the past they weren't ready or they weren't sure, okay? Although there were feelings here. So let's see. Where's the Page of Pentacles there for Scorpio? Ooh, what is this? The Knight of Swords. See, they want to come and tell you the truth, okay? And they want to offer up an apology. So look at that Six of Pentacles. Where's that there? Page of Swords again, the truth, an apology, making amends, Let me see, what is that Six of Pentacles again? Ten of Wands here. They feel very burdened. This person feels burdened by the fact that they held back from you. Yeah, with the Devil, it's like, they could be a little obsessed, okay? And it could be, they just can't stop thinking about the fact that they did this. They feel really bad about it. Let's look at the Four of Pentacles. There's a Four of Pentacles there for Scorpio. The death, yeah. I think in holding back from you, they effectively ended your connection, okay? Yeah, with the Six of Swords, they could have moved. They could even have moved, right? Moved on from you, certainly. They could have moved physically, and it ended your connection. Now, let's look at the Empress. The Hierophant. And one more. Two of Pentacles. So they held back from this, okay? For some of you, they held back from a commitment, making a commitment to you, okay? That was not forthcoming, and so it ended. Yeah, for some of you, they didn't make a commitment, okay? For some of you, it could have been about taking the relationship a step further, like maybe having a child, right? They held back from that and it ended your connection. Now let's look at the Hermit. There's the Hermit there for Scorpio. Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, they know that they were unfair to you. I feel this person was unfair to you. Yeah, with the Empress, This new life, whatever it was, a commitment, a family, whatever, or just the start of a new relationship even, this person withheld, they ended it, and they know that they're the cause, okay? They know they were unfair, they didn't give you much. Yeah, let's look at the Hermit again. Where's the Hermit there? Yeah, Strength. This person believed that they were doing the right thing when they held back from you, okay? I don't know why. But they also feel very strongly now. That's what I feel, because this person is very burdened by the fact that this connection is over. Let's look at that Seven of Swords. Knight of Cups. Yeah, they want to apologize for this. And the Two of Wands. So they were at a crossroads, okay? And there was deception, right? With the Knight of Cups, I feel that was the energy they were giving to the relationship. And then they were at a crossroads. And it was time to choose, do they go for this new life? And then what happened? Let's see. The Magician. See, this person created that smoke screen. And they walked away, okay? It was a smoke screen. They did love you. They walked away. And maybe it was just fear or self-deception of some sort, They were standing at this crossroads. They had to choose. And I don't know, they couldn't. They chose to create some smoke screen instead that they didn't care about you. Let's look at the Knight of Swords. The Chariot. Yeah, they're coming to tell you the truth now. They're very sure about this. There's a Two of Pentacles there. The Empress. I think whatever they weren't ready for in the past, whatever this Empress new life represents, whether it was just the beginning of a relationship or a commitment of an existing one, or leveling up to be, something more like parents, right? It's something that they feel ready for now. Yeah. This person has had some time to think about this, okay? And they recognize that they acted unfairly here. Um, they acted unfairly. For some of you, this is about someone who couldn't commit to being a parent, okay? I do feel that for some of you. Anyway, they do feel very burdened by this. Maybe also by the separation with the Four of Swords, because they moved away. Although they still had feelings for you, they left you. And it's something that they can't shake, okay? Let's look at the High Priestess. Three of Pentacles. See the silence here. Some of you may even have worked with this person. Let's look at the High Priestess again. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, when it came to this opportunity to build something new, they held back and they ended it, right? And I think with silence, with the High Priestess energy of silence, you didn't, although you knew instinctively that this person was afraid, or they had feelings for you and they created a smoke screen for whatever reason, I think they just created the smoke screen and disappeared. It's like those old magicians, right? Who throw some kind of smoke bomb and the next thing you know, they're gone. It feels like that. Let's look at the Chariot. Yeah, the World. They want this new chapter with you, okay? And Judgment. They want another chance. They recognize that they held back. Maybe they recognize they were afraid. You know, they may have been afraid. And there's a recognition of that, and that they're ready now. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's look at this Knight of Swords for Scorpio. Judgment. Yeah, this person's coming to tell you the truth. They've had that realization that they were unfair. Let's look at that Page of Swords. Justice. They want to do the right thing here. Okay, why is Page of Swords there? And the High Priestess. Yeah, they want to do the right thing. And make amends, right? They know that this is the right thing to do, to come towards you. They're feeling very burdened by the fact that they did the wrong thing. And they want to come and make amends here. And I feel the fact that they left without giving you answers is something that is weighing on them. Okay, so I think the manner in which they left is weighing on them. The smoke screen or this ghosting or whatever they did, they didn't give you any answers, okay? And I think that's something that is heavy. Let's look at the Death. Yeah, the Sun. Once they withheld or they held back from this opportunity, then it became clear that the situation was ending, It became clear to everybody. It became clear to you because they were not proceeding down this path, and it became clear, that this was over. Let's look at the Six of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups. See, they weren't ready. They didn't feel the same way about this opportunity. Okay, so it's like you were ready for something new with the Empress. This person was not ready, and so they held back. Let's look at Strength. Yeah, King of Swords. It took a lot for this person to exit this relationship, Scorpio. Okay, it did. With the Six of Pentacles again, they felt the same way about you. There was love here, but they weren't ready for this new life. If it was a brand new relationship, they just weren't ready for it. And as I said, if it was some other stage in the relationship, they weren't ready. And so it took a lot for this person to cut you out of their life. Okay. Yeah. Let's look at this Magician now. There's a Magician there. Queen of Wands. And the Empress with the Chariot. For some of you, they may have let you think that there was someone else, you know. But you're the Empress here. You're coming up as the Empress. And for some of you, they thought that, they may have let you think there was someone else. That they weren't that interested in you if it was a new relationship, okay? And for some of you, I'm also getting that if you wanted to deepen the connection, commit, whatever, they may have also, with this, they created a smoke screen and they could have been worried that you were trying to manipulate them in some way, okay? Like they weren't ready for this new chapter and they could have felt that you were pulling their strings and trying to push them into it, okay? So for some of you, there's that. Let's look at the Chariot. Yeah, Seven of Swords, Page of Swords. They're coming to tell you the truth here of the smoke screen that was created, okay? And let's look at the Empress. Three of Pentacles reversed and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they want this now. They're very clear, right? In the past, Scorpio, with this Three of Pentacles reversed, this person was not ready to commit to anything. They weren't interested in trying to build something, okay? I don't know, maybe they just come out of another relationship and this was like too soon. Or something, okay? They just weren't ready. But now I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, they do feel ready and it is time. And so now they're coming back to you, feeling differently. Now, let's look at the Four of Swords. Yeah, Three of Swords. They know they've hurt you, okay? They have hurt you. The silence has hurt both of you, okay? I think this person has been hurt too, though. Okay. Now let's look at the World. Knight of Wands. And the Moon. See, they were worried. They were moving too quickly, with the Moon. And they also very quickly created the smoke screen and left, kind of impulsively. I think this person panicked, frankly. I'm getting an air of someone who may have panicked. Like they weren't ready. Maybe when they met you, they just weren't ready. They met you, they fell in love, they had strong feelings, but the thought that this could become a relationship or whatever, right? It panicked this person, okay? And so they quickly exited, Let's look at Judgment. I think there's a realization now that they did that. Yeah, Three of Wands. Six of Pentacles. And one more. The Lovers. Yeah, I think they're choosing you. Wow, with the Two of Cups, this person does love you. They are a soulmate. And they know that they're going to have to make amends, okay? For the smoke screen and everything else that they did. They are aware of that. And they're prepared to do that. This person is going to come very honestly to you and tell you the truth. And then it's up to you if you want to hear them out. I'd say you should at least hear them out. Because with the Lovers, this is a strong connection. This person is honest. I think they just weren't ready before. It wasn't the right time or they weren't in the right space, But they do feel strongly about you, okay? So, yeah, that's what I've got for you. Let's look at that Moon again. Where's that Moon there? Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this person thought that was too soon to focus on this new relationship with the Ace of Wands or a child or whatever it was. With the Eight of Pentacles, there was a fear, okay, of putting in too much of effort. It feels like this person was not ready to put in the work, That's why with that Three of Pentacles reversed, they couldn't build anything with you, okay? They just weren't ready before. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Now it's up to you, okay? But do know that this person is honest when they come back to you. And if they tell you they just weren't ready, it likely is the truth, okay? Okay, so please tell me in the comments if it resonates. I'd love to hear from you. Do hit like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel so much. I'd be very grateful. And I'll see you next time.